Ferrari has done something unexpected for Lewis Hamilton, something so significant. Mercedes has been forced to completely change their season plans, something so specific. Ferrari engineers worked through the summer shutdown to make it happen. This weekend at Zandvoort, Hamilton gets his secret weapon, and it could reshape the 2026 championship. What exactly is Ferrari bringing? Why is Mercedes panicking? And can Hamilton finally challenge Antonelli's 50-point lead? Let me break down every detail. Let's start with what Italian journalist Paolo Filisetti has revealed. Filisetti reports that Ferrari will introduce an all-new chassis for Lewis Hamilton at the Dutch Grand Prix. Not an upgrade to the existing car, not modifications to certain components, a completely new chassis. The decision came from Ferrari's second-half title strategy meetings during the summer break. According to Filisetti, Ferrari intends to resume the season by continuing to push for performance improvements on the SF26. Team principal Frédéric Vasseur has been building this approach for months. After Hamilton's Barcelona victory in June, Ferrari's first win of the season, the team recognized their upgrade path was working. Vasseur's exact words after Hungary: "In the last 4 or 5 races, we scored more points than Mercedes." That's the foundation for the Zandvoort chassis introduction. For Hamilton, this represents Ferrari's biggest commitment to his title bid this season. A brand new chassis takes months of design work. It requires crash testing. It requires FIA homologation. Ferrari has prioritized this work over their normal development schedule. The new chassis is expected to give Hamilton better aerodynamic balance, better rear-end stability, better response to steering inputs, which could help Hamilton extract even more from the SF26 as he continues to lead his teammate Charles Leclerc by 31 points in the championship. If it works, Hamilton could suddenly have the machinery that matches his current form. But the new chassis is just part one. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, Ferrari has also fast-tracked a brand new floor development for the Dutch Grand Prix. This floor upgrade wasn't originally in Ferrari's plans. It was added after Ferrari engineers reviewed data from the Austrian Grand Prix. The comparison revealed important areas for improvement. Ferrari's aerodynamic performance was inconsistent between tracks. Some circuits favored the SF26. Others exposed weaknesses. The engineering team identified the floor as a key opportunity. Maranello approved the new floor project quickly enough that parts could be manufactured before the mandatory summer shutdown. That's aggressive project management. That's Ferrari treating this second half as championship critical. Zandvoort is a high downforce circuit. The banked corners at turn 3, the final corner, the twisty sector 2, all demand maximum grip. A better floor could deliver exactly what Hamilton needs for those conditions. Combined with the new chassis, Hamilton arrives at Zandvoort with 2 significant upgrades. This isn't a normal race weekend for Ferrari. This is a statement weekend. If both upgrades work as expected, Ferrari could suddenly be fighting for wins instead of just points. Now, let's talk about Mercedes' reaction, because it's just as significant as Ferrari's push. According to Italian outlet Auto Racer, Mercedes has been forced to activate a completely different development strategy for the rest of 2026. Here's the context. Earlier in the season, when Antonelli was winning races consistently, Mercedes had planned to stop developing the W17. Their reasoning was simple. They were dominant. They had big championship leads. Why risk introducing changes to a car that was winning? The plan was to lock in current specifications and focus resources on the 2027 car development. That plan is now dead. Ferrari's upgrade path has been too effective. McLaren's return to competitiveness at Hungary added another threat. Antonelli's 50-point lead is comfortable but not insurmountable. Mercedes' 72-point constructors lead is significant but under pressure. The Silver Arrows had to react. Mercedes are now planning further upgrades throughout the second half of the season. Minor improvements are expected at Zandvoort. A larger package is planned for later in the season, likely around the Singapore Grand Prix in October. For Toto Wolff and the Mercedes engineering team, this represents a strategic retreat. They wanted to focus on 2027. Instead, they're being forced to spend resources on 2026. That's exactly what Ferrari wanted. Force Mercedes to react, split their attention, slow their 2027 preparation. Whether it works long-term is uncertain. Short term, it definitely creates pressure. But Zandvoort is just the beginning. Ferrari's second big upgrade of the second half comes at Monza, the Italian Grand Prix on September 6th. Ferrari's home race, in front of the Tifosi, on a circuit that demands maximum engine performance. Ferrari will introduce their first engine upgrade of 2026 at Monza, using the second ADUO token, additional development and upgrade opportunities that the FIA has allocated to them under the current cost cap regulations. The expected gain, according to reports, approximately 15 additional horsepower. That translates to roughly 0.2 seconds per lap at Monza. That's significant. On a circuit where straight-line speed determines pole positions and race wins, 0.2 seconds per lap could be the difference between fighting for wins and finishing in the midfield. Ferrari has already conducted reliability testing on the new engine specification. The upgrade is confirmed, the timing is confirmed, only the actual on-track performance remains to be seen. For Hamilton and Leclerc, the Monza engine represents Ferrari's second major upgrade in 2 weeks. Combined with the Zandvoort chassis and floor, Ferrari is delivering the most aggressive development schedule of any team on the grid. Team principal Vasseur has committed to keeping this momentum. His exact words to media, "We have to keep this pace. Zandvoort chassis, Zandvoort floor, Monza engine." That's Ferrari's plan for the next 3 weeks. Hamilton himself has been building expectations for this second half push. Speaking to media before the Hungarian Grand Prix, Hamilton warned Ferrari's rivals about what was coming. His exact words, "The second half will be stronger. We have room for improvement on the chassis everywhere, and we have to keep this pace." That's a driver who's been briefed on Ferrari's plans, who knows what's coming, who's confident the tools will be there for his title challenge. Hamilton also acknowledged the reality of the current gap. 50 points behind Antonelli isn't easy to overcome in 12 remaining races. It requires consistent execution. It requires Ferrari to be faster than Mercedes at multiple circuits. It requires Antonelli to have setbacks. But Hamilton has been in this position before. His 2008 championship, won on the last lap of the last race at Brazil. His 2017 championship, recovering from Vettel's early season dominance. He's shown he can deliver when the pressure builds and the margin is thin. The Zandvoort upgrades give him the tool, the Monza engine gives him the second tool. From Baku onwards, every race becomes a chance to close the gap. If Hamilton wins at Zandvoort, if the new chassis delivers, the second half story of 2026 could look very different from the first half. Let's talk about the numbers. Hamilton currently sits 50 points behind Kimi Antonelli in the Drivers' Championship. 12 races remain. That's approximately 4 points per race Hamilton needs to gain on Antonelli. Sounds achievable. But the math is more complicated than it appears. Antonelli isn't going to have 0 good races. He's proven he can recover from difficult positions. His 7th-3rd comeback drive at Hungary showed championship-level maturity. Even at his worst, Antonelli scores points. For Hamilton to close the gap, he needs Antonelli to have disaster races, retirements, mechanical failures, grid penalties, something that costs Antonelli significant points, not just 1 or 2 positions. Meanwhile, Hamilton needs to win, not just finish on the podium. He needs to actually cross the finish line first in multiple races. That's what closing a 50-point gap requires. The Zandvoort weekend is a sprint format. That means 33 points are available from Saturday's sprint race and Sunday's main race combined, even a perfect A weekend for Hamilton with Antonelli finishing outside, the points would only close the gap by up to 33 points, still leaving 17 points to Antonelli's lead. The championship math is challenging, but it's not impossible, and Ferrari's upgrade plan is designed to give Hamilton the pace he needs. Every race from Zandvoort onwards is critical. Every point matters. Every mistake by any driver becomes amplified. Zandvoort is uniquely important for Ferrari's plan. First, it's a sprint weekend. That means less practice time, less setup work, less chance to fine-tune the new chassis. Ferrari has to get everything right immediately. Second, Zandvoort is a track that traditionally suits Ferrari's aerodynamic philosophy. Since the circuit's return to F1 in 2021, Ferrari has been consistently strong here. Even the underperforming years produced competitive Ferrari results. Third, the track's high downforce corners require exactly what Ferrari's new floor upgrade is designed to deliver. This isn't a random race for the upgrade launch. This is the ideal circuit for testing whether the new floor works. Fourth, this is Max Verstappen's last home race. The Orange Army will fill the grandstands. Verstappen has already revealed his special helmet design. The atmosphere will be intense. The pressure on all drivers, including Hamilton, will be at peak levels. Fifth, if Hamilton finishes on the podium at Zandvoort with the new upgrades, the psychological shift begins. Ferrari fans start believing, Mercedes starts worrying. Antonelli feels pressure. The championship narrative changes. Sixth, this is the final Zandvoort Grand Prix. The circuit leaves the calendar after 2026. Every driver knows this. Every team knows this. Making history here matters extra this weekend. So, here's what I want to hear from you. Can Hamilton's new chassis close the gap to Antonelli? Or has Mercedes done enough with their Plan B to protect their championship position? Will Ferrari's Monza engine upgrade at 15 horsepower actually make the difference in the second half? And most importantly, can Hamilton actually win at Zandvoort with his new machinery? Drop your predictions in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. Subscribe for continued coverage of Ferrari's aggressive second half campaign. Every upgrade, every result, every twist as the championship battle intensifies. This is Formula One 2026. This is the championship fight. This is why we love this sport. I'm out. See you at Zandvoort.